Holiday shopping was busy. We've seen all the numbers, 3.9 to 4% essentially in terms of the growth rate. That was pretty much as expected. Even the level of promotions wasn't too egregious and was pretty much in line with expectations. You mentioned the K-shaped economy. It's there. You're seeing the higher income consumers continuing to spend, while the lower income consumers, you can call it more choiceful, more discerning. They're more cautious in their spend. For the most part, looking into 2026, I think activation and assortment are going to drive appreciation. And what I mean by that is you need newness. And we've been seeing newness in apparel. It got cold out, people started buying again. You look at whether it's denim jeans, brown suede boots, you're giving people a reason to buy. But you also need activations. And 2026, whether it's the World Cup, whether it's Winter Olympics, whether America 250, and let's not forget, consumers are going to get higher tax refunds, giving them a greater ability to spend.
I have to be full disclosure, jeans and boots were something I was looking at just recently. Having said that, when we heard from Catherine Black, who talked about over at Carney, and she said, mixed signals when you look at some of the credit card data. Is it a case that we're just spending more for things, so the higher number is just a result of spending more, or spending actual more money, if you will? Are we actually able to buy more things?
I think overall prices have gone up. We've been doing a price tracker since the middle of April with tariffs of 80 different items. Generic in some instances, whether it's a Barbie doll or Levi's jeans. Footwear prices have gone up, basically given where they source. And I think you're going to continue to see prices go up into 2026.
Because we are paying more for things.
We are. And until you lap those tariffs that come in the middle of April, you're still going to see price increases.
So that's interesting. So what does this mean for companies in terms of their margins? And I hate that, we can't always drop all the retail into one bucket. But does it mean good for them that they've been able to raise their prices in terms of protecting margins?
You need sales growth in order to get leverage on these higher costs. So better than expected top line will lead to better than expected earnings. And I think there's a basket of names out there where you are seeing newness drive sales increases. And some of it is names blast from the past or reinventing themselves, like Victoria's Secret, like Urban Outfitters, like The Gap. And there's brand name leaders that are continuing to attract not only their existing customer base, but attracting younger customers. Companies like a Ralph Lauren, companies like a Steve Madden, companies like Tapestry, they really are having a connection with marketing spend driving consumer spending.
I mean, really, when a retailer runs into trouble, Dana, how much time do they really have to kind of get it right? If they miss a cycle, if they miss a fashion cycle, is it a year? Is it 1 quarter? Like, what is it?
Typically, it could be a year to 2 years if you miss and then waiting to come back. It takes a lot to kill a retailer. You remember companies like Blockbuster or 7-Eleven. They don't go away overnight.
Right.
Everyone is watching the debt payments of Saks Global lately, so we'll be interested to hear that. But it takes a lot to kill a retailer.
It also makes me think about, you have these iconic brands like Saks, but yet they have trouble. And we see that over and over again. Why is it? Is it just that a brand gets kind of a little bit lazy?
I think overall, part of the reason why retailers can get into trouble, either they overexpand or they don't have the product that has demand and desire. And if you're not investing, whether it's in your physical store, in your digital, what you need today to be a successful retailer and get to the top of a roller coaster, it's the theme of reinvent, remerchandise, and rejuvenate. If you're not always doing that, you won't even be able to attract new customers, but how do you keep the existing ones?
Well, it's funny that you say that, because actually at my home, we were talking about Nordstrom, when, almost every day you'd hear about some wonderful, piece of customer service and somebody talking about it. Nordstrom has definitely had its ups and downs here. What's the future of this company?
I think overall we're seeing some better things out of Nordstrom lately. I think some of the brands that Nordstrom and Bloomingdale's are getting are creating newness. Look at the 4th floor over here in Bloomingdale's, which just expanded many of the luxury brands that they have. It's compelling. Go to Nordstrom's and you're seeing Nordstrom's, the activations, the music that they have, and frankly, the service levels.
Yeah.
There's been an improvement in training, and I think going private has helped them become a more exciting retailer.
Why haven't more people done the TJX model? Because listen, full disclosure, again, I should tell this because my husband's probably listening. But I mean, it's really, I love it. I love it that it's no frills. I don't know what I'm going to find. There are days I walk in, walk out without anything. But I like that I can find a bargain.
What's interesting about TJ is it's a treasure hunt atmosphere.
Yeah.
And you look at the selection of brands that they have. It's compelling, and that is the surprise that you get. What makes TJX work like it does? The relationships that their buyers have with the brands. There's a training program that's extensive in teaching their buyers how to relate to their brands and how they're purchasing. It doesn't hurt also with the number of stores that they have. They can put goods in any different area of the country or the globe for many instances,
right,
and not be in another part. They have discrete areas where they can select goods to go.